Hey everyone, Don and Ash here,
Hello.
back for another reaction video. And this time we're going to be continuing our NF series with the next song off the Search album, which is No Excuses. No music video for this one. No excuses for that. Yeah, I can't, I can't wait to hop right into it. I have no idea, but honestly, like how we say every time, every song is a banger, especially off this album. So can't wait to
Yes.
listen to it
Yeah.
and let you know our thoughts.
Yes.
All right, let's hop right in.
Yeah, I got no excuses.
For no video.
Hey, yeah, they asked me where I learned to do this. Self-taught, checking things off my to-do list. Treat my temper like my family, I ain't tryna lose it. Say a little, do a lot. Woo! No excuses. Ay, I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no excuses. Woo! I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no. Yeah. Yo, this industry is so confusing. Hard to tell who's really with me or who's trying to use me. If I told you I respect you, I ain't say it loosely. I don't throw those words around, it's just not how I do things. Ay, yeah, I know I can be a nuisance. Ain't afraid to admit it if I think the shoe fits. People ask me where I've been writing new hits. Had to make my own plans, I don't need your 2 cents. Ay, yeah, I don't wanna hear excuses. I just like to make moves and make improvements. I just like to break rules, maybe start some new trends. Live the life that I choose, cutting off the loose ends. Yeah, they asked me where I learned to do this. Self-taught, checking things off my to-do list. Treat my temper like my family, I ain't tryna lose it. Say a little, do a lot. Woo! No excuses. Ay, I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no excuses. Woo! I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no. Yeah. Here's a couple things that I'm confused with. I just did an interview, the guy was pretty clueless. You don't have to know the album names are on my music, but at least try to find out who you in the room with. Hey, I like facts, I don't like assuming. Take a shot behind my back, I'ma catch a bullets. Why the game looking at me like I'm just a tourist? They should know I'm here to stay, this verse is getting boring. Twisted mind of a lyricist, listen while I experiment. Visualize it's imperative, big surprises and scary tricks. It is time, yes we're here again, sitting silence, don't care for it. Criticizing my character isn't wise, so beware of it. Forget what you telling me, do what I gotta, man, I got the remedy. One of a comment that never selected me. I don't fit in with the rumor celebrities. I wanna know when they bring on my legacy. There was nobody that ever could mention me saying that I wasn't making it rap and doing it cleverly. Did what I had to and gave it my everything. Yeah, they asked me where I learned to do this. Self-taught, checking things off my to-do list. Treat my temper like my family, I ain't tryna lose it. Say a little, do a lot. Woo! No excuses, yeah. Yo, they asked me where I learned to do this. Self-taught, checking things off my to-do list. Treat my temper like my family, I ain't tryna lose it. Say a little, do a lot. Woo! No excuses, ay. I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no excuses. Woo! Yeah, I got no excuses. Yeah, yo, I got no. Yeah, I got no. I got no excuses. I got no excuses.
Very cool. Yeah, that song was hype. I like that. I guess it would be the chorus. It only kind of dawned on me later in the song, but it would be the chorus where it was like, um, I treat my temper like my family, I ain't trying to lose it. And then I'm just trying to find. Oh God, if we get the rest of the lyrics here. Yeah. So treat my temper like my family, I ain't trying to lose it. Say a little, do a lot. Woo, no excuses. Hey, I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no excuses. And they just the end parts. Yeah, I got no excuses. Yeah, I got no. But no, I I really like this chorus like a lot. I just felt like it was um such a good wrap up to the previous verse and such a good setup to go into the next verse.
Yeah, definitely.
Um hey, that song was sick. And I also honestly I'm gonna be completely honest. So the verse yeah, it's gonna be right here. So this would be verse two. Um I'll just read the first section. And yeah, here's a couple things I'm confused with. I just did an interview with the guy was pretty clueless. You don't have to know the album names or all my music, but at least try to find out who you're in the room with. I like facts. I don't like assuming. Take a shot behind my back. I'm gonna catch the bullets. Why the game looking at me like I'm a tourist? And then um that I guess when I read it, it sounds more interesting. But when you hear it in the song and just the way he's singing it or rapping it or saying it or whatever, it sounds a little bit boring or a little bit monotone. I'm just like, okay, where are we going with this, right? Like, because it was just a little bit, it started a little bit slow that verse to me, and then I love the next line where he's just like, "They should know I'm here to stay. This verse is getting boring," and I love it because it's so self reflective, right? It's so just like I felt like he knows and he set such a high bar for himself, and I myself am a perfectionist, so this is how I'm seeing it, right? He knew that that first section kind of wasn't so fire, and then he's just like, "Nah, let me turn this way up." And I love how he takes the second, or I guess the middle section of the second verse to say, um, yeah, this verse is or they should know I'm here to stay. This verse is getting boring. Twisted mind of a lyricist. Listen while I experiment, visualize its imperative, big surprises and scary tricks. It's time again. Yes, we're here again. Sit in silence. Don't care for it. And then I believe he goes into the really the
The
I
super
guess
fast.
the triple section. Yeah, the
Yeah.
triple time section, which it's just sick. Like I just love how that verse alone, I guess verse two in total, has like three different sections where I guess you can see him like doing that self-judging process, but then just attacking it harder and proving that he could just go
Yeah.
hard. I don't know. It was sick.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the song.
Yeah, it definitely like again, just a little that one part alone showcases his skill set so well.
Yeah.
And also that part like stood out to me too. With just alone the interview part about how like I don't know, you I guess I have read, heard, whatever, um, when I'm gonna use the term celebrity, gets interviewed and it's like they're just being asked like all these generic questions and stuff, nothing that's actually like very pertinent to them as a human or them as their journey or that sort of thing. Like they'll go to events and get asked like what they're wearing, like who are they wearing, instead of like something relative to them. I think it's just important that like everyone remembers like they're talking to people, right? Like it's not about all that glitz and glam and fashion, right? There's a person there, there's a soul there, right? There's journey
I'm
there.
so gonna counteract you here and be like, no, honestly, I'm gonna say straight up no, because and the answer why no is because it's situational. There's no reason to be asking a person about their life or their blah 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 at an event. So you know what I mean? Like
Okay, yeah,
it's appropriate. So I think that like you're trying to mix up two different lanes where I'm like, when a person does an interview where it's situationally appropriate, say like somebody sits
sure,
down with someone like Joe Rogan, that's not a place to be asking what you're wearing because you don't go to Joe Rogan's wearing your glitzy whatever, right? You
of
go
course,
to talk and have a conversation. So
yeah.
it's I'm gonna say the key word here is location, location, location,
Yeah, no,
right?
that's yeah. My
Um,
my example was definitely a little off.
it just only a little bit because I mean like that's the reporter there. That's literally their job to ask about. I mean, like, because all these it ties into like so many more things than just that interaction. It ties into
Yeah,
like these interactions are going to be in like the sound bites or whatever are going to be in podcasts. The pictures are going to be in magazines,
yeah, yeah.
right? And then all that stuff goes to sell culture to
That,
humans,
yeah.
right? So it's like we've talked about this in previous videos where it's like there's this big circle of like it's so hard to talk about one thing, especially
Without,
in the entertainment industry, because it's like this spider web of attachment that's like, oh, but
yeah,
it affects this.
yeah.
So you can't like, there's not much room to nuance or not much room to move around. But I totally get what you're saying, and
Same.
and
Yeah, no,
and and like so let's flip it on its head and say in situations where they go to talk to people like Joe Rogan or whoever else, and then they're asked these shallow questions, then it sucks, right?
yeah,
And that is I think is relevant to the situation that NF is pulling up, where it's like more when they maybe like podcasts and radio shows. I think is the place where they should be asked these more in depth
those in
questions.
depth, yeah,
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 and then
definitely.
when they're asked like, so how was it at the event you were at last week? And they're just like, an effort in this example is just like, shut up, I don't want to hear about that anymore, right? So no,
Yeah, that's fair. No, I totally understand that. That makes so much sense.
yeah,
And then the other thing I wanted to mention is, of course, the chorus and kind of, I guess, the basis of the song, right? Which is no excuses.
yeah,
And I'll get a little sentimental here, but not too much. One of the things I love most and have learned the most from Dawn here is no excuses. Just to like, I don't know. There's stuff that I strive for, or want to be, or want to achieve, and want to work towards. But it's very easy to get into your own head about things, or just be like, no, that's not it. That's not right. Or I could do this instead, right? And just keep putting your things off and off and off. But
Don's always said, like, you gotta wake up with passion. Um, and also, like, if you want to be something or do something, if you really want it, there will be no excuses for it, right? Like, you'll do your best to make it happen. And I
Honestly,
hope I'm explaining that
no,
properly.
yeah, I'm
But
just
at
like
the end of the day, it's like you almost gotta be like, you gotta, uh, not your own worst enemy. You just gotta be like that,
it's
real hard self tough love, I guess.
no, I'm more than willing to be that person for myself. I have not had a very awesome upbringing, and I've seen the worst in people at a young age, and I I just at a young age, like I don't know, like I didn't want to be a victim of my circumstances, and um I guess I'm what you could consider like one of those generational break people. Like I'm trying to break the cycle in my family so this nonsense doesn't continue. Like I'm not the most family oriented person, and I'm not like I don't, want kids or anything like that. Like, so I'm kind of a weird person, I guess. I'm just trying to fix the cycle, right? Um, yeah, I was thinking of when you said you learned that from me. I was thinking of
Yeah.
somewhere that I learned that from, which is actually I forget his name. You'll probably remember his name, but the guy that the hashtag take no days off, big muscly guy. I forget his name.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
E?
Yeah, Big E or whatever his name
E.
is. Not
Yeah.
yeah.
All I know is E.
Yeah, his name is E, I think.
um.
But if you type in Big E, you'll probably come up across the
Yeah.
content creator.
Yeah.
Not the same. It's not the same person. Big E's this huge muscular black dude. But anyways, he says take no days off, and basically, that doesn't mean to not give yourself a rest. It just means that in your soul, just always be fighting to retain clarity on your mission. And I think that's the hardest thing. It to do things in the physical realm, I think become easy if you're the fight internally or in the soul realm or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
metaphysical realm or whatever is that you're just retaining that clarity. You have to see your mission as clear as ice when you go to bed, when you wake up, and then everything throughout the day becomes easy.
Yeah.
Like your 9 to 5 job becomes easy, your chores at home become easy, and the reason is, and you'll have endless energy, and the reason is because you want what you want more than life. Like I can't I
I
yeah,
got goosebumps.
I can't say that more than the words that I'm using to say it right now. Like
Yeah.
I mean it with my every fiber of my being. Um if you're not and I think this leaks into why I'm an entrepreneur. I can't it's so hard for me to even before I started my business, I couldn't see anything else rather than building something for me and being able to help other people. And
Yeah.
just the way the world is, I didn't see building somebody else's dream or anything. Like the world's hard, man. You got to take no days off. We work 24/7, and
Yeah.
we work 24/7, and behind the scenes we're always working, and a lot of people are putting in work for their dream too, and respect to them. And
Yeah.
whether you're doing it for you or someone else, the mission is virtuous. It's pure. It's true, and just keep on keeping on. That's all I can say. Before I get too ranty and this kind of leads off, but the
Yeah.
point is that
The point
take
is,
no days off. There's no excuses. You
but
know,
yes, like Don said, give yourself rest when you need it.
it is a balance.
But yeah.
In the end, it is a balance. So, you can. The balance is that you can keep fighting that soul mission while giving your physical self a rest,
Yeah.
but you can always be fighting towards that mission. So there is always some way around, the silver lining or whatever. Anyways, that wraps it up for this one. Thank you so much for watching along with us. If you are liking our reactions to these NF songs and the NF journey that we're going to wrap up at the end of this month, so join us before we're finished and go back and watch all the other ones and catch up. Please join us in liking, sharing, and especially subscribing, and we will see you in the next one. All right.
Bye.
Bye.